Hello everybody, I'm Lorii Abela, your Soulmate Expert and Asian Matchmaker. Welcome to tonight's episode of Matchmaker Secrets, where we talk about love, dating, and relationships, and of course, matchmaking. So we have all heard that in order to find a relationship, you have to start working on yourself. So of course, working on yourself doesn't just involve your emotional aspect, but sometimes it's also physical change. And so that's what we're gonna talk about today. So our guest tonight is George Walls. He is an entrepreneur, and he is actually has a lot of cool hobbies. So he likes weightlifting, and so sad because I have no idea if eating is also part of it now. And then he also likes football. And can you tell us how is it being a football fan?
Oh, I love football. Yeah, I always have. Played football when I was younger. Yeah, always a football fan. My parents were actually outside of Pittsburgh, so they were Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and then we were a Notre Dame fan.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, we enjoy watching it for sure.
Okay, I just have to ask you because I'm not really into sports. That's the reason why I have to ask you. But anyway, I really appreciate you being over here. So George, to start with, let me ask you, because we're talking about physical change over here and how it affected your relationships. So what was the turning point that made you decide okay, I want to have to lose weight?
Yeah, no, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired of that roller coaster, that up and down. I had been doing it for years. At one point, I was almost 250 pounds. Today, as we speak, I'm about 185. I had not been in the 180s since my early 20s. I never thought that'd ever be possible. But really, I just didn't want to. I wanted to be able to tuck my shirt in and not have the belly hangover, stuff like that. So I couldn't do that. So I always wore my shirts out. Yeah, I remember my mom used to always tell me, she says, "Georgie, you look so much better when you're thinner." And that was one of the things that I always remembered in the back of my mind. And you feel better, right, at the end of the day. But it was really that I got tired of gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight. I did it for years and years and years. And it was just like a roller coaster, right? You're up and down, you're up and down. And yeah, I made a decision at that point. I got tired of it. I just felt, you know what, I'm done. I need to make a change for all the right reasons, right? You're healthier, you feel better when you have that extra weight off you.
So how does it feel saying 180 pounds as compared to 200 plus?
Oh my God! I never, and honest God's truth, I never thought I would ever get in the 180s. I had that belief that that was because I was in my 20s, right? Your metabolism is really going at that point. That I could never reach that. It really didn't get to the point where I made a decision. I had this vision of who I really wanted to be. I adopted this guy. I seen him, I don't know if it was on Facebook or the internet, whatever it was, but I remember this individual being tall. He was up on a stage. He had a blue dress shirt, tucked in, his slacks. He had a tan belt. I remember exactly. He's seared in my mind. I know exactly who he is, but I don't know where I got him from. But that's who I wanted to look like. That was the exact person I wanted to look like, and I just went after it. That's what I wanted.
All right. So tell us, what practices do you follow to shed the weight?
So for me, the first thing was really, again, was that vision. That was the most important. You really have to have a vision, in my opinion. It's like you get in your car, right? If you get in your car, you know where you're going, right? You put in your GPS, or you know exactly where you're going. But if you just kind of lift or just kind of eat a little better, you don't have that destination. And that was it for me. That individual that I see, that was my destination. That was like the GPS. I knew I was locked and loaded, the coordinates were set, and I knew where I was going. And what happens is when you have that vision, when you got to go down and do your workout, you don't always want to do your workout. You don't always want to eat good. But I would bring that individual up in my mind, and I could see him. And that was one of my driving forces. That was my desire to look like him. So that the vision is really the key. A lot of people don't talk about that, but for me, again, if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get there at that point. So that was definitely one of the keys for me. And probably three of the easiest ones to do, if somebody wanted to do it right now, was I got MyFitnessPal. It's like a calorie counter. You know, it's an app. You can download that. You can get it for free or do the premium version. So I got that to count my calories. And for the first 2 weeks, I counted my calories, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I thought I was eating fairly decent. I was eating way more calories than I ever thought I was. And so with that information, then I also went and said, okay, let me get a food scale, because maybe I'm not calculating the chicken, steak, whatever I'm eating. And I get the food scale, and whew, lo and behold, like, I'm eating way more meat and stuff than I ever thought I was. So again, that helped me. You have to know where you're coming from, right? And I got a scale. I got a particular scale that was allowing me to do my body weight. It did my my fat content, did my lean muscle mass, and it gives you like about 20 different matrix. But that was really that was the one that basically told me I could look for trends. You know, am I trending down this way? Am I just trending sideways, or am I going up? Like, what am I actually doing? That's what gave me the information. Like, I could see it, right? You know, after a month, hey, my fat is still going down. My weight is coming down. My lean muscle mass, it's hovering right here. Then you know you're on the right trajectory, because you can lose weight, but at the end of the day, if you start losing muscle mass, that muscle mass burns fat 24/7. So if you start losing muscle mass, then you may lose the weight, but later on you're going to burn less calories and stuff along those lines, and that's not what you want to do. You want to be able to burn the fat. So those three things, like I said, you get that app and you start tracking your food, you start weighing your food, and then at that point, get on the scale. And I know my girlfriend, she's here, and we always laughed about that. Like, she's like, I hate a scale. I do not like a scale. And so we had to trick her, was like, hey, it's really not the weight, right? It's not the weight, it's not the numbers. You're just looking to see, are you trending in a month? How does it look after a month? Are you trending in the right way? Don't worry about the scale. And that was funny, because she's had friends, the same thing, like, they do not like to get on a scale. And it was just funny, because at my point, I never cared. It didn't matter where I was at, because where I'm at now is I know I'm not going to be there a month from now, 2 months from now. That's not, I think about future George, not about where I'm at right now. So.
Do you want to be lower than 180?
You know what? It all depends on your body fat. Like, you could be 200 pounds, but what is your body fat percentage? Like, right now I'm about 185, and I'm around 11.5% body fat. I'm in a good spot. So when you look at the matrix of what, you know, is out there, like, I'm in a good spot. I would be fine being at this. I have no desire. It really is, it's how do you feel at the end of the day? You know, one of the things we talked about was the type of food you eat. You know, as you see this, when you work hard, you tend not to want to eat some of the junk food, some of the stuff that you normally would have, like going out, I'll just grab McDonald's because I'm in a rush. I don't do that stuff. I have no desire for that, because at the end of the day, no matter how good some of that stuff tastes, nothing tastes as good as having that good energy and that good feeling that I have all day long. And I never want to give that up. Yeah.
So if you're in a rush, what do you eat?
In a rush. So you know what? Me and my girlfriend, every Sunday, we meal prep. We meal prep, because when you prepare and you have yourself set for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you know how many calories you can have, and then you know how much protein you need, how many carbs you can have, you can actually make your meals, get them all meal prepped, and I put them in the microwave at the end of the day. Now, I know some people that I'm friends with, family, that they don't like to meal prep. They don't like that, and that's okay. Like, there's other ones, like some of the other frozen foods that you can get, and some of those are pretty decent, like a Factor, right? They have a pre-made meal, you heat it up in the microwave, 2 minutes, it's good. Like, you know, for people that don't have time. But the other thing is, some people just don't like a heated up meal. But it doesn't bother me, because it's to me, it's my philosophy. I'm not eating for pleasure anymore. I'm not eating for comfort. I'm eating to put the right stuff in my body to fuel me the best that I can. And that's it really comes down to philosophy with that. Yeah.
Okay, and so what do your friends call you now? Are they saying you're boring?
They say Slim Shady. One of the guys at work called me Slim Shady. It was funny. We were just laughing about it just the other day. He's like, dude, you are so slim. Between family and friends, yeah, it's nice though, right? At the end of the day, it does feel good when people notice, because it's been a lot of work, but it's gratifying work. And now I'm at the point where it's just repetition. Like, I don't even have to think about it. I just go. I know what I have to do when I wake up. It's not like I have to think about, well, hey, I got to do this too. It just kind of happens now, because I've done it for so long here.
How long have you been doing it now?
So I started this. The real journey started with this transformation beginning of this year, very beginning of this year, towards the end of last year, right in that area.
Okay, so that was quick, huh? Because like you said, like you were 200 plus, and then like you know now you're 180. So it's a.
And I'm actually on a bulking phase right now. So I got down to 180, and then I started to go in a muscle building phase, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm eating a little bit more calories. My protein went up a little bit more, all those kind of things. So really, I'm on a bulking phase, and I'm only going up, 5-6 pounds, like at the most. And I'll go up to probably to where I'll gain about 10 pounds, and then I'll go on another little small cut phase. Your fat. So that's where you're going to try and trim off more of the fat. And then when I get to that certain point, wherever it could be 175, wherever my body and my scale it tells me where to go, that's what I'll do. And it's just like a little volleyball match. It's here and back and forth. You're gonna build muscle. You're gonna cut the fat. You're gonna build muscle and cut fat. So it's a volleyball match. Yeah.
Okay. You still eat the meat? Is that what I heard? Is that
I eat meat. Yeah. We'll make. In the very beginning, it was my diet was only because you have to have I was on 2,000 calories. There was times I ate 2,000 calories in one meal. So that's again, I was able to.
For the whole day, supposed to be.
Yeah, that's why I got up to the weight I did, right? And I had no clue. But once when you start tracking it, I had to have 2,000 calories and 170 grams of protein, because what happens is if you don't get enough protein, you will start to burn your lean muscle mass. That's what you don't want to do. You want to burn the fat. So inherently, when you have only 2,000 calories and you have to get 170 grams of protein. For me, it was easier with the meat. You can do fish, shrimp, you can do seafood. Some people do plant-based stuff, and all that's good. It's just that the meat worked for me because there was also some fat in the meat. So it was similar to keto diet, is really what I was more on. I've been on other diets. I've been on the Zone diet, different diets. But the keto, it kind of worked. It worked well for me. It kind of shed that fat, and I was on that for probably at least a good 6 to 7 months at 2,000 calories. And at the end of the day, it's borderline simple. We all make it complex at times. And what I mean is, you think of calories, like 2,000 calories in. Okay, well, if you're taking in 2,000 calories and you want a deficit, you have to burn more than 2,000 calories. We tend to think, hey, how do we gain weight? I keep gaining weight. It's because we're eating too much. Calories put in, you got to burn more. There's got to be a deficit, and really the key is having that deficit. And you would never know what deficit you're going to be in unless you track it. And I was the guy that knew this a long time ago, and I'm like, I'm not tracking it. I ain't got time for that. But then what were my results? And now that I've tracked it, it's not that big of a deal. It's really because I took one thing at a time. I started just tracking what I was eating. And sometimes that's an awareness. Like, you don't realize, who would ever think like there's 200 and some grams or 200 and some calories in what is it, ranch dressing for a couple tablespoons. Well, if I eat a salad, I think I'm doing good. But if you douse it with a bunch of dressing, you just ruined it. You might as well eat a Big Mac, at that point. But it's really awareness when you get the app. You really start to see what you're really eating. That was a big thing for me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. What would you say to someone who's struggling with their weight and feels invisible in the dating scene?
Invisible. It tugs at your heart, right? Nobody wants to be rejected.
That's right.
Society is kind of visual. But I would say a lot of times when you're on a dating site, a profile, you have your profile, come across from the point of the future you. What about the future you? Like, you're the person that, hey, I want to go on this journey. I want to lose weight. I want to eat healthier. Maybe on your profile you say, hey, this is who I am now, but this is my journey. I'm looking to lose weight, get fit, healthy, meal prep. Anybody that's looking to do that, come on board. Let's try it. You know what I mean? Something like that. Who puts that out on a dating profile? Not too many people. Something like that. I would think so. You're not hiding, right? At the end of the day, you're not hiding, and you're really speaking from that future you, because that's the person you really want to be, and that's that vision. Whichever vision you pick, that person you want to be, speak from that person, because that's really the future you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like one time I was interviewing this guy, so he's a little heavy, And so when I was interviewing him to be my matchmaking client, he kept on walking because like that was his time, like, you know, talking to him while, you know, exercising. He was walking. I was thinking like, okay, because like it didn't dawn on me that, you know, maybe that's what he's doing. But I realized that's what he's doing in order to exercise while he's talking to me.
And that's what he does, right? Yeah. But you know how it's nice is anytime you have somebody that's a partner with you and you're headed in that same direction, that's much nicer than somebody that doesn't want to do that too. It makes things a lot easier for both of you at that point, you know. And it's a commonality. It's something you can work together and grow together.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that you are acknowledging, like, you know, you're acknowledging, like, I'm not at that level that I want right now, but, you know, I am looking for somebody who's going to be going on board with me. So I think that's a good idea because, like, as you were saying, it's being authentic. Like, you know, saying, okay, this is me right now. Are you on board with me, like, you know, on my way in order to be the coolest guy over here?
And how great is that to have somebody be part of that journey with you?
That's right.
You build that relationship. You build something together. Like,
All right, okay. So do you feel women treat you differently now compared to when you were heavier? Like, you know, oh my God, look at Hot George.
Like I'm not in the dating scene. You know, I have my girlfriend. But I would say, yeah, you notice there's a difference. And what I mean is, like, my oldest son recently just got married in Colorado. We come back from there. And obviously we had friends and family going to Colorado, some that lived out there that we hadn't seen, some of my family hadn't seen in a while. And they were like, oh my God, like, look at you. Like, wow, you look so different. You look great. What are you doing? Even I had a few of them contact me afterwards, like, hey, what are you doing? What do you got going here? Because I want to get a part of this, which is really great when you can help out your friends, family, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, you do notice that. It's like anything else. I mean, if you're in the corporate world or wherever you work, you see somebody that's fit. Again, we're a visual society. You tend to look, you tend to see that. But yeah, it's nice because it's something you work for too. It's gratifying, something that you put a lot of hard work into, and yeah, it's nice. It's flattering for sure.
Okay. Yeah. And so I have no idea. Did you meet Lorii? Lorii is the name of the girlfriend, just like me. And so, like, did you meet her before, like a year before?
Yeah. So actually, we had met a year before this. I was heavier, and that was funny because at that point, I kind of got on this journey, and she has been absolutely wonderful. This wasn't her journey, right? But she hopped on board, and she's helped me meal prep. She's done all kinds of things. Like when I first went on this, you know, every now and then we would go out to a local bar and have a couple drinks and some appetizers. We stopped all of that. 6 months, 7 months, we didn't do any of that. Like it was. I had what I wanted to do, and God love her, she was super supportive of that and jumped on board. And we meal prep. We still meal prep every Sunday. We meal prep. We get us stuff. So we make stuff for her, stuff for me. Yeah, she's been the rock, no doubt about it. Like, and that's what I mean. So if somebody can actually find a partner that wants to do that with them, it is so much nicer. Absolutely.
Okay, so you were not declined when you were heavy.
No, yeah. No, I was still heavier. I was working on my way, but yeah, I was still heavier. Okay. It was true love.
All right, got it. Okay. So true love still exists. So if you can go back and give your past self one piece of dating advice, what would it be?
For me, it would be when there's a red flag, there's a red flag. Don't try and fix it. I'm a guy, like I want to fix things. I think I can fix things. And some of the previous ones, there was definitely some red flags. And I'm like, hey, she's going to see I'm not a guy that's going out drinking, drug use. I'm not out cheating, anything like that. It'll work itself out. Like she'll see I'm solid and committed. Yeah, that didn't work. No, not at all. And a lot of times, you know, people tell you their past, and it's through their eyes, right? And that's what they see, but that isn't necessarily what really happened, right? You know, they may believe it's this way, but somebody else may believe it's a different way. So for me, if there's red flags, yeah, don't try to fix it. They're there for a reason. Pick up and like they say, go with your gut, right? At the end of the day, go with your gut. Yeah.
So you're the kind of person who was a fixer and tried to solve things?
Yeah, inherently a lot of guys do that, right? Okay. You think, hey, you know, women have been through some, you know, a couple girls were through some really seemed like not good situations, right? At least that's what I was told. So I figured, okay, well, they're going to see I'm not that guy. Like I'm fine. Like I'm committed. I'm here. Want it to work out. And 2 specific ones, yeah, they definitely that was not it. That was not the case.
Okay.
Which I should have, again, the red flags were there, but I thought I could fix it at that point. Yeah.
Okay, so you were the nice guy.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the benefit of those people who are watching, like, if you are single and want to find out how you can navigate love, we want to have you over here. And if you are also married and have been married for a long, long time, we want to have you over here. And also, if you're an expert in love, dating, and relationships, we also want you to be here in order to share some nuggets, because like a lot of people needs our help so that we can actually spread love, not only here in the United States, but all over the world. So thank you so much again, George. It has been, so great to have you over here. And I'm sure a lot of single people who have been battling with their weight got some nuggets. And then I'm sure a lot of people are going to go to Amazon today and then get those applications
get the food scale, body scale. There you go.
Talking about weighing scale and everything.
They can do it. They can do it.
I know they can do it. All right. So we see you then. Take care and bye-bye.
Bye.